I love being here with Keeping It Real. I have so many friends from across the country. I know when you follow me on Instagram, you always say hi. So keep the notes coming. And as you start showing up on video, please tag me at Kim Rittberg. I will cheer you on. I will give you encouragement. I will give you tips. And I want to let you know I have a video bootcamp summer intensive coming up, July 24th. You will go from feeling overwhelmed and confused to totally in charge, confidently attracting your ideal clients, getting homes listed, getting lots of clients interested in you, and it's really about becoming the go-to expert in your neighborhood. I give you all the tools, all the information. It's going to be an amazing group, and you're just going to learn so much, so fast from me, an award-winning video strategist and expert. I spent 10 years in TV news, and then I was an executive at Netflix, Pop Sugar, People Magazine, and now I speak at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. I taught at their national convention. I spoke at the Women's Real Estate Investment Summit. I guest teach at Syracuse University, NYU, so I know what I'm talking about. Anyway, but this is not about me. It's about you and helping you grow with video and podcasts, so don't be afraid of them. Today, we are talking about you're putting in all this time and effort into making videos, right? You're making content, but then how do you actually get people to watch it? Like, what are some tricks that you can use? So that's what we're talking about today. And I want to remind you, a lot of times, maybe 50, 75% of the people that I see, getting on camera is the first hurdle to get over. So I have a video from Keeping It Real maybe a month back about how to be confident on camera. You can also check me out on Instagram. You can check out some of my tips there and grab my free download as well. But if you're struggling to even get on camera, that's step number one. So make sure to get on camera, get yourself out of supermodel mode and get into teacher mode, meaning stop thinking about how you look, what you're wearing, how your voice sounds, and just start thinking about the message that you're bringing, which is letting people know what an expert you are, letting people know how much you want to help them in this amazing purchase or rental that they're working on with you, and that you're the person that they should trust. So it's all about creating that know, like, and trust when you're talking about real estate and these huge investments. So here are some tips about what you can do to get people to watch those incredible videos. So first, I want you to start thinking about hooks. You could have a great video, but if it takes you about 10 seconds into the video for someone to realize what you're talking about or why they should want to watch, you lost that chance. So let's say you have this great video about how to renovate your kitchen in under $300. I mean, I live in New York City, so that's pretty cheap, but maybe it's even $100. How to upgrade your kitchen in under $100. I would absolutely watch that. I think that's a really good idea for a video. But if you start the video, and we're talking about short form video, okay? If you're talking about long form video, it's a little bit different, but if you're talking about a short form video, it's like a minute, and it takes you 20 seconds to even get into what you're gonna say, you lost people. People are scrolling on their phones, they're multitasking, they're grabbing their coffee, they're getting their soccer ball in the car, they're putting their dog in the car, they're getting their kids, they're doing a lot. So you really have to grab them in those first few seconds with an amazing hook. Let's say you feel like, oh, well, my video's not that interesting. Like, how do I make a good hook? A hook is like the thing that grabs them. It could be the headline. A hook could be a really beautiful visual. Even if your content isn't like an amazing sunset or a crazy bonfire, you know, something like really visual, maybe it's just information. You have to merchandise it. You have to market it in a way that's interesting. So let's say you're commenting on the market, and maybe instead of just saying, here's my market take, you could give more information about your market take. Why you shouldn't buy a home now. I would be surprised by that, because I would be like, why is this agent telling me not to buy a home? I want to watch. So it's really about thinking of how do you entice someone to be curious? How do you pique their curiosity? That's a really important part of getting people to watch your video. So we're talking about a hook or headline. And again, with hooks and headlines, you can package them together. So you can say 5 tips to list your house, 5 tips to win a bidding war, the biggest tip to staging your home successfully. So anything that feels really concrete. Someone's not like, oh, I'm going to have to read like a 400-page article on this topic. Like, they know they're going to learn something really, really quickly. And then, of course, you deliver on it. We never have clickbait. We never lie to people. So that is one way, is have really clear and catchy headlines. I promise you, and I'll challenge you, if you are making a video right now, or make a video now, please do make a video. alter your headline, the text on the very first frame, or start your video with something really, really visual, and tell me if you feel, not you feel, look in your numbers. Tell me if you got more views, more engagement on that video because it started with a big, bold headline of what's to come. All right, message me. I'm on Instagram. I'm also on LinkedIn. I have Facebook. I use it less for business, but I still use it. And the next one is try to think of catchy ideas. Now, a lot of people are going to say, of course, I'm trying to think of catchy ideas. I'm coming up with a creative brainstorm. But I would say more often than not, people really start recording and they're not necessarily, we're not always pushing ourselves to think of like, what's a new peg for this? What's a new idea for this? So you can think of things that are related to pop culture. Is there a real estate show that you want to weigh in on? Is there real estate in a big TV show? So for example, I love Succession. I live in New York City, so obviously Succession's a New York show, but I worked with one of my agents and we did a Succession-based pop culture video, which basically we showed the actual apartment and then we're like, would you spend $50 million on this? Because they talk about buying it for a ton of money. So you can relate your opinion to a pop culture event or moment. I just drank some water, obviously. You could hear my drinking water. Related to a pop culture moment. Again, you can also like comment on homes that you're not listing. So if there's a home in your area that's really cool and you want to talk about it, talk about it. It doesn't have to be the house that you listed. Just and you'll start seeing that. The more you start watching other people's videos, you'll realize you don't need to be the listing agent on videos to feature it and to get use of it. So we talk about hooks. We talk about really catchy ideas. And then another thing about really catchy ideas, so think about a real estate show or a home renovation show or anything like that that you love. Think about what you love about it. Like actually just analyze it a little bit more. So if you think about those renovation shows, you love the before and after. It's very satisfying. And sometimes you love a sledgehammer. Sometimes it's satisfying to just see something be smashed. So start with a fresh eye onto your own work. Are you showing any homes that are brand new? Like, are you working on a property that's a new development? See if you can get photos or videos that are before it was built. And then maybe the next shot can be the after. That's very satisfying for people because you don't often get to see that level of progress. You're normally walking to a house and you're like, oh, here's the house, here's the apartment. So to be able to see that. And think about other things about renovation. Little quick fixes to renovate. Everyone's always interested in renovating their home, but on a budget or quickly. So if you have tips like that, or if you have homes that are that's happening at, you don't always, by the way, have to be doing it. If you have ideas that you'd recommend to someone, but you don't have the footage of like it happening in a house, that's okay. You can offer those tips. You just stand in like a beautiful home, stand with a nice background, make sure you're always well lit and that we can hear what you're saying. But you can give advice even if you're not showing it. So those are some other tips. Relating it to pop culture. This is not real estate related, but one of my students in my video bootcamp class, it was just the Super Bowl and Rihanna had just revealed her pregnancy in that amazing red latex dress. And I had sent out an email immediately and let our video bootcamp people know earlier than that they should keep an eye out for pop culture moments based off of any big event. Super Bowl is a very big event. And so she posted a reaction to Rihanna announcing her pregnancy. And her reaction video, it wasn't crazy, it wasn't over the top, it wasn't even like scandalous or anything, or like salacious or funny or whatever. It was really just her observation about that Rihanna must have slept really well that night because she was pregnant and like performing and, that she was just basically crushing it on the stage. And she did it at the right time and the Super Bowl was happening and that video got 13,000 views. This is someone whose videos were getting like 100 views before. So when you tie yourself into pop culture, you open yourself up to being discovered by more people. That's called discoverability, meaning people who don't follow you, people who don't know you, can be shown your feed. So that's a good thing to start thinking and trying to do, is jumping on pop culture moments. So that's one way to do it. And then the other thing is pop culture moments. Again, like I mentioned with Succession, if there's like a TV show that's wrapping up and it's in some way related to your industry, that could work. So that person who was commenting on Rihanna, she is a coach, actually a leadership coach. So it's not necessarily like she's so specifically connected to Rihanna, But if there's any type of pop culture show with real estate, apartments, homes, that's a really great way to like wedge yourself in if it's the finale of something or the premiere of something. So that's a great way to try to get new people to learn about you. Now, house tour. I see so many home tours, and I'll be honest, I get a little upset when I only see just listed and just closed. The reason why I get upset is because real estate agents, you all out there, you work so hard. You have really distinct points of views. You do it because you love it. You all have opinions. Like, I've never met a real estate agent who's just like, I don't know, I just take the check. You know, you are here because you believe in it, and you know how to talk to people, right? You're salespeople, and you know how to meet people, you know how to talk to them. The reason why I don't like social feeds full of just listed and just closed is that all it does is try to sell one house, but it doesn't try to sell you as an agent. And I'm very, very, I'm nice about it, but I'm kind of tough about it, because I think that, yes, you get to show your expertise in that, hey, look, I sold some homes. So I think that's good. It's better than nothing. But it really doesn't advance your goal, which is to become the go-to expert in your neighborhood. And how do you become the go-to expert in your neighborhood? By showcasing your expertise, your personality, letting people get to know you. The opportunity to let people get to know you through video and podcast while you sit in your office is unbelievable. I've seen it for myself. I've seen it for my clients. One of my real estate agent clients, we did a YouTube series, and we focused specifically on raising him up as an expert. He got a multi-million-dollar home listing from that. My other agent, he really focused on getting his Instagram looking more professional and sophisticated, having more of a strategy. And he got a text message from someone, hey, haven't seen you in 5 years, want to grab lunch? He got brought in on a new development listing, specifically because that person's kind of connected with him from Instagram. So these things are happening all the time. My other agent, she's from South Carolina. She got a referral sent to her in Charleston from an agent who she didn't know, who had been following her on social media. And she is somebody who's really pushing her humorous side forward. She's showcasing that she like has fun and will write funny little captions and do dancing or lip syncing, which you don't need to do, but it is about showing up and being yourself. So for some people, that is walking around town and eating pizza or drinking wine at the places in your neighborhood. For other people, that is being funny. For other people, that is being very financially savvy. Whatever is unique and authentic to you is what you should be doing. All right, that was a little bit of digression, but still learning, so it's totally fine. When we're talking about house tours, I want to remind you, you don't need to just run a house tour. You can also put in your own point of view about the house tour. So let's say you have a home and you have the video of it. You can also put in what you like about it, what struck you. You also can give tours of other homes, even if you're not listing them, as long as the listing agent says it's okay, you can come in, film it, and put it on. And again, this is just a way for you to reach new people, for you to showcase your knowledge, for you to showcase how you see the world, how you see the real estate market. So again, we're always really trying to elevate you as somebody who people go to for knowledge, for expertise, for partnerships. So it's very important to not really just think about your social feed as, oh, here's a place to show houses that I'm listing, or here's a place to like show houses that, I would say, here's a place to do anything you want related to homes. You can show up, you can give tips about buying homes, you have tips about selling homes. You can share your opinion on the strangest houses you've ever seen in real life or on TV. There's a lot of really creative ways to go into this, especially because real estate, when you really think about it, almost everything in the world and in pop culture is like related to shelter. Shelter is one of our basic needs. So I just realized that right now out loud, so I'm probably going to write that down and think about that more as a blog post. But shelter is really one of our basic needs. So everyone thinks about it, has it, rents, buys something. So there's a lot of different creative options to think about with that, and tap into what you love. I have some of my agents love renovation. I have other agents love design. I have other agents who love the market. So whatever really makes it unique to you, that's what you should be tapping into. You should be thinking about, what are the things that I love to talk about? What are the things that I get asked a lot? What do people ask for my advice on? That's really what you should do. You know, I sometimes get clients and they start asking me questions about like their business strategy, and I'm like, I do have thoughts on business strategy, but like, that's not really, you really want to get into my zone of genius. You really want to know what I'm amazing at. Like, it's showing you, teaching you how to show up confidently on camera. It's teaching you how to message, figure out what your message is, and make amazing video. So yes, I have intelligence in other areas, but like, that's not really what I show up as, because that doesn't really make sense for how I bring, what I bring to the table. So I would encourage you to step in a little more and say, what is really unique to me? What is my perspective about that other people don't have? What do I love talking about? So those are my tips about how to get people to watch your video. One, amazing hooks and headlines. Really, really, really clear hooks visually on the video. Then come up with catchy ideas. Those could be pop culture related ideas. They could be fun ideas, but a little outside the box. We're not talking about just listed, just closed, right? And then house tour is putting in your perspective on that home, both your own listing or someone else's listing. So you can show a home, but you can also say what you find really interesting about it, and maybe a history of the building also. You can bring a little more depth into that. Lastly, I gotta tell you, it's very hard to make people watch your videos if you're not engaging. So social media starts with the word social. So you have to give to get on social media, meaning you need to be in there and communicating with other people. It's a really big shift from the normal world where you would not walk over to a stranger and start talking to them about something random. In the social world, you have to start thinking about it as like a coffee shop. The people who are choosing to be on social media are choosing to be in that digital coffee shop. And so if you can interact with other people, both from your real world and people you don't know, but maybe are in your community, you can build actual real world relationships, which can actually convert into money through that. It's a huge shift because I know people feel weird. It feels weird popping into someone's like feed and commenting. But if someone posted a video or a photo of something and you have an actual opinion about it, let's say someone mentioned the new opening of a restaurant in your area, you could pop on there and say, oh, that looks great. What kind of food are they serving? Or what was your favorite dish? Something that does sound normal if you said it at a cocktail party or in a coffee shop. We're not spammy. We're not selling people immediately, but we are starting to crack open those conversations. Also, don't forget, anyone you connect with in real life, connect with them online, because engagement begets engagement. So if you're commenting on someone's post, they're going to maybe comment on your post. That gets more people to look at it. The more people who comment on your post, other people will comment on your post and see your post. This is true really for every single one. Certain platforms have different rules about it. So like LinkedIn, it shows me. So if you commented on Kim Rittberg, that's me. If you commented on Kim Rittberg's post, your friends will see Jane Doe commented on Kim Rittberg's post. John Smith liked Kim's post. So again, that is a really public endorsement of me, right? That's pretty good, right? It gives me more credibility when you see people commenting on it. And even if it's not as public as that on the other social platforms, it sends messages, it sends signals to the social media platform that people are interested in this. So it's very important to remember that. All right, so now you have some tips about how to make that amazing video get seen. Now, if you're still like, you know what? I love Kim. I need to learn more from her. Well, I am hosting a video bootcamp summer intensive. So in just 4 days, 4 short days with 2 hours each, you are going to go from clueless, or maybe not clueless, but super confident video creator. You're going to get scripts and templates. I'm going to give you a really great setup that's going to make you look super professional. And I'm going to help you get lots of ideas, tons of ideas to connect with your ideal audience. It is super fun. You can read all the testimonials from people who've taken it. They said they've learned so much. They say, I am such a great coach. I am very encouraging and supportive. And they also say that they've gotten referrals. They've gotten clients. That's what we're here for, right? I see it for my clients. I see it for myself. So anyway, make sure to click. You can check out my website for the application form. It's at kimrittberg.com, KIMRITTBERG.com. And it's summertime. I know you don't have time. Neither do I. So we're going to learn together quickly and crush it together. It's going to be so fun. So connect with me there, kimrittberg.com. You can apply for my video bootcamp. You also can grab my free download, Free free. There's a free download, how to make incredible videos, and also how to be more confident on camera. So lots of free goodies. And as always, connect with me. Drop me a hello on social media. The Keeping It Real audience is like probably the best audience in the world. You're all friendly and nice and send me really cool notes. So keep it going. And if you post a video using one of my tips, you post a catchy headline, maybe you make a video related to pop culture, maybe you engaged, maybe you started to engage with someone. Shoot me a note, tag me in your video. I will totally cheer you on. You rock. Get out of that supermodel mode and get into teacher mode. Put yourself on video. You're going to grow your business and it's going to be awesome. Thanks.